creating the physical experience. Atari shapes the future of video games.
Back again.
Page 294.
We've already read part 1 of this segment of creating the physical experience, history of industrial design. Now we're reading part 2 of the book Art of Atari by Tim Lapetino. So let's continue where we left off from our previous video. I encourage you to watch that previous video if you haven't already, because to understand the context, it's a long article we're reading from the book. Continuing on from page 293. My job, next page on 294, my job was to design the cabinetry. The original computer space was beautiful, with custom fiberglass, but it wasn't practical to manufacture. And our challenge was how to standardize it, how to customize the art to make it great, with bold, loud graphics. Industrial designer Regan Cheng, hired by George Faraco, also came directly from design school and helped shape the still nascent design of Atari's arcade machines. Quote-unquote, coin-op was a good start for Peter, Takaichi, and me, he said. Cabinets were pretty much two-dimensional. We started with high-end design, studying industrial design. I was fortunate enough to work in the field with a background of Bauhaus technology. Pardon me, Bauhaus ideology. A little bit of mispronunciation. This was the father of industrial design. Simple forms coming from the Bauhaus. That's B-A-U-H-A-U-S. Then becoming more contemporary. Eventual manager of industrial design, John Hayashi, was hired in 1976 as a project engineer to develop consumer games. With a background in industrial design from places like General Motors, Kaiser Aluminum, Rockwell, and National Semiconductor, Hayashi was well equipped to support the young group. He did the industrial design work on the world's first electronic calculator. Next column to the right. Atari's needs as both an electronics maker and production facility meant that it had deeper product design requirements than many other Silicon Valley companies. With the brisk pace of tech advancement and the evolving tastes and trends in gaming, the company needed more than could be supplied by outside ID consultancies. And this was part of an eventual corporate trend. Huang explained it this way. Atari had a huge department of graphic and industrial designers, and that was the beginning of industrial design in corporations. My parents didn't even understand what it was that I was doing. We started a consumer division, and at that point, the idea of a cartridge wasn't there yet. We started in consumer with injection molded standalone consoles, but it wasn't sustainable, and we learned what we needed fast. Cheng saw new opportunities for him and fellow industrial designers in the growth kicked off by the enterprising Bushnell. It was a lucky thing for me. Nolan wanted to start a new division every year, Cheng said. He was smart about that. Barney went over to work with Roy Nishi at Consumer. I wanted to go. It was our chance to get into injection molding and more creative stuff. Huang also believed the move from coin-op to consumer would afford them fewer constraints and added flexibility. I preferred consumer because you had more freedom to design, he said. With coin-op, the arcade owners tried to pack in more games into a small space to make money. So these beautiful side graphics got lost as they packed them together. Eventually, we standardized the cabinets more. So, from a design point of view, there weren't a lot of challenges left. This is on page 294, the end of the article. Let's quickly look at the illustrations here. One of them is, description reads, Industrial Design Director, Peter Takachi. And here we have the gentleman. He is in his office with some books and scrolls behind him on bookshelves, and is working at his desk, his light desk or his drawing design blueprint desk, and he's using various rulers. I remember using these types of stencils in art class in school, different shapes and circles for the design of the various casings for the games. And the description for the illustrations on top reads, ID concepts for Atari's 4-player home Pong console. Designer Peter Takaichi. And many of us remember, a few of us at least, remember playing the Pong machine games. They were very simple, original Atari games, systems. We would control the knobs to move these little digital pixels on the screen to move the ping pong from left to right. And here's the different designs that he made on his blueprint desk. Pretty straightforward. Again, I encourage you to get the book yourself to look closer at these illustrations. They're really in-depth. And one of the illustrations has a design for the batteries, speaker, and the on-off select stand, illustrated in the middle. So there's a little bit of an in-depth circuitry design and the casings as well for the game system. And there you have it, folks. That was our chapter. It was a bit of an in-depth, lot of dry material, but hopefully I made it a little bit somewhat entertaining and a little bit spicy to make it more interesting. Tune in next time. We'll be looking at page 295, Designing a New Industry. The next segment we're going to be reading. The book is called Art of Atari by Tim Lapetino. We're learning about industrial design. I hope you tune in next time. I'm going to take a little break and we'll continue on another day. Send some likes and loves if you like Atari history. I do appreciate the support. I'm very, very thankful for all the loves and all the kindness that's been shown on TikTok as well as YouTube. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Thank you so much for your follows, for your subscribes on my YouTube, Video Gamers Oasis. And stay healthy, stay strong, physically fit. Take time to exercise because I'm going to be exercising in a few minutes. Taking a break from the computer, taking a break from the game system, taking a break from the cell phone just to work out and get my body firm and tight. So, may you find peace within. Bye for now.